Got Coach Snow joining us to answer questions you guys have for him. Everyone should have recording access, so we're all good there. Coach, can you hear us on your end?
Yeah, I can hear fine.
Perfect. All right, guys, just a reminder, please use the raise hand button if you have questions for Coach. With that said, let's start with Mike Solarte.
Thanks, Preston. Coach, Rasul Douglas coming back to the lineup. The last couple of games, teams have kind of racked up some yards with him on the, off the field. What does he bring to you guys as a group in terms of on the field play and maybe just kind of an emotional voice for, to lift guys up and get guys ready to go?
No, he definitely helps us in that way. He's been in big ball games. He's played in the Super Bowl and the moment's not too big for him. So, he helps you in those situations. And I think he's a good for all the young guys in the secondary. So I'm looking forward to seeing him play again this week.
Let's go to David Newton and then Scott Fowler.
Hey, Coach, hope you're doing well. Got a couple of questions about Jeremy Chin. One, what's the biggest play he's made that's impressed you the most so far this year?
Well, it's not one play, but it's, hard he plays for a rookie. He plays extremely hard and he's physical. And so, when you watch him on tape, he really has some plays that really stand out from, you turn on the tape and some guys you don't really notice, but you notice him with his effort and physicality. So that's what stands out to me.
And the second one, when he had the audible and I went ahead with the fake punt last week, what does that say about him and his confidence?
Well, yeah, I mean, he looked good running with the ball too. So, but he's he's just a football player and likes to play. So it didn't surprise me, what happened on that play.
Hey, Coach. I have one for you on Patrick Mahomes. You have seen so many great quarterbacks, coached against a bunch of them. I wonder what you think particularly makes him special.
Well, it really is his talents. He's got an unbelievable arm and he can throw it from a lot of different angles. He can throw on the move, left or right. Sidearm over it's just amazing to watch. And at times you look like you're watching a guy out in the playground, right? I mean, he can take a play and turn it into something that's not there. And so he's really fun to watch. I think, the other guy in the league that kind of does the same thing that I see is that, Russell Wilson in Seattle, they have some unique talents out. So when the play does break down, they're able to really create and make things happen. At times you'd like him to throw from the pocket and not move around, right? So, but he can do both, and he's just, he's one of the best players in the league, and he's paid that way, and he plays that way.
If I could follow that up real quick, when in your film study, what was the most dazzling play you saw him make?
Well, he scrambled out of the pocket to his left and threw across his body to a guy running the other way. I mean, it's just amazing to watch. I mean, and he's throwing it sidearm and with velocity. And what's really amazing is he's hitting the guy in full stride. I mean, there's not a lot of guys that can do that. And so, it's just fun to watch.
Let's go to Miles Simmons.
Hey, Phil. One thing that Matt Rule was talking about yesterday was how the Chiefs' routes break a lot deeper than other teams because of Mahomes' arm strength and accuracy. How does that affect the secondary defensively when guys are breaking on their routes a lot later than they usually would?
Well, the thing that allows them to do that too are two things. The offensive line does a nice job of pass blocking, but then Mahomes can create time with his feet. He really doesn't like to scramble to run. He likes to throw the football. Now he does take off and run when it's there. But so what it allows the receivers to do, if it's zone coverage, they get behind the underneath zones. They're so deep. And if it's man, you're chasing a guy all over the field because some of the routes are really creative. With their depth and what they do. So it's really a unique offense to defend.
Let's go to Josh Klein next, and then back to David Newton.
Hey, Coach. You guys have been really good in the pass game about not giving up really big plays over the top. Is that something that you have designed scheme-wise? I guess that's the end of the question. Is that something you've designed scheme-wise?
Well, we talk about toxic, and it's don't give up big plays and create turnovers. And on the other end, our offense can't, they need big plays and not turn the ball over. And really that's the biggest statistic in football. So some of it's by design, but it's also by technique. We're trying to keep the ball in front of us and make them go through our goal line defense. So I think if you do that over the years, you have a better chance of playing good defense. So I think it's a little of both.
And just to follow up on that, is that something that that you kind of are willing to give up the smaller and the shorter plays?
Yeah, and each game's a little different in how you match up. But yeah, I mean, for the most part, and if you watch the Kansas City offense, if you give up big plays, you have no chance. So, you're going to give up some stuff underneath. You just are. So I think everybody in the league has done that, and that'll happen in our game. It's just that you just can't give up the big play, and then you got to play good in the red zone and get some turnovers, and you'll play the offense decently.
Phil, Matt was saying yesterday that Teddy likes to run, I guess, a look team to give you guys a look at the opposing quarterback, and a week like this week with Mahomes there. That's kind of unusual, I guess, for the starting quarterback to do that and want to do that in the league. How does Teddy help when he does that? What's unique about him to allow, especially with a guy like Mahomes?
Well, what I really appreciate is he wants to go in there and he knows where to throw the football and who to throw it to and when to move. And, PJ Walker does a great job for us too in that role. And so does Will. They both have good mobility. So all three have done a really good job of helping us with that. So, but when the starting quarterback gets in there and goes with the team that's going against you, it's pretty impressive on his part, really.
Let's go to Vashti Hurt and then Elena Gutzenberg.
Hi, Coach. Thank you for your time. Can you talk about the matchup with Travis Kelce, how you game plan for that, or what type of challenges that will present?
Yeah, I mean, Travis is a big man that moves really well. And, he uses his body well. He separates from you with contact, and he's really good after the catch. You can really see his speed when he takes off. So he's an issue for not only for us, but everybody in the National Football League. So, but again, they have a lot of guys that create problems. And when you look at them, you have the quarterback, you have Kelce, you have a couple wide receivers that you have to deal with. You have the tailback, so that they have a lot of weapons. And then their offensive line blocks in the run game, pass game. And, that's the reason they score a lot of points.
Just as a follow-up, do you kind of look at, with such, a young defense, is this kind of like a barometer for you guys to see where you're at going up against such a potent offense?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's especially for we have a lot of guys in their second year to first year, and I want to see how they respond and go play this group. They can be intimidating when you watch them on tape, and so I'm really looking forward to how we respond and play in this football game.
Hey, Coach, I was just wondering, with Jeremy Chin dealing with the knee injury, if he's not available or if he's limited, how does that change your defense, if at all? And who do you look to kind of fill his role?
Well, we're going to have to do it by committee if Jeremy doesn't play. We have different, Jermaine Carter, we have our nickel. And so we're just going to have to be smart with all the different things that Jeremy has done for us and utilize the people that are on our roster. And we have some guys that'll fill in real well. So, we'll just see what happens with that.
And if I could just follow up, does that change at all how you call a defense, not having him out there, or do you kind of just go with what if he was same as if he was there?
No, I mean, it does. There's things he can do that you rely on that you may not be able to do if he doesn't play. So it does affect how you call a game.
All right, guys, we only have a couple more minutes. So let's go to Jonathan Alexander and then Joe Person, finish with Miles Simmons.
Hey Phil, hope you're doing well.
Yep. Thank you.
You all seem to struggle against the past 2 games more than the previous weeks, and probably part of that was Rasul. But I'm curious, what type of adjustments did you think you all needed to make in these few days you've had off?
Well, now the offense had something to do with that too. You play Drew Brees and the quarterback at Atlanta, Ryan, he came, I don't know if he was embarrassed by game one or what, but he really played like this was a playoff game. He was running around and running for first downs, not even sliding, trying to get in the end zone. So, I think the quarterbacks had something to do with that too, and we're playing a lot of good quarterbacks and we're facing, one of the best in the business this week. So I think that had something to do with it. Yeah. And remember too, that Justin Burris, and Rasul. And so, and then obviously the two offenses we played are good. So, it's, hopefully we can, rebound and play a little bit better in the passing game this week.
Go.
Hey, Phil, how you doing, man?
Good. Thank you.
Good. Wanted to know kind of a little bit more with Teddy playing that scout team. Is that something he does much, or is it just sort of a cameo appearance type deal?
No, he does it, and he normally does it like when we're up on defense, the first and second play is when he does it of that set. And so a lot of times I'll look, is that Teddy in there? But he does it all the time. He did it a bunch yesterday. So, but he's done it all year. So.
Phil, for this game, third down, obviously very important, especially considering how good the Chiefs have been on third down. What are just some things that you feel like you have to do this week, maybe more than any other?
Well, we've not been good on third down all year. And statistically, that's probably affected our statistics more than anything that we do, is what we've done on third down. So, we're working on it. We're going to work on it today. And we just got to keep at it. Like last week, a couple holding calls on third down hurt us a little bit. And then, a couple other things. So, and I think the guys are really aware of it, and we're working hard at it. But we have not turned the corner yet. So hopefully, as this season progresses, we get that accomplished.
All right, guys, we have to let Coach go. Coach Snow, we appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you, guys.